What's good, YouTube? What's good, Supreme World? We back. It's your boy Dre Supreme back with another reaction video today. And y'all see what we got. We got the Minnesota Timberwolves taking on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. As the OKC Thunder came out with two of the strongest games that we've seen in Western Conference Finals history. Now I'm dragging it. It's not even that serious. But Oklahoma City Thunder, they came out real strong. Games 1 and 2, taking the lead away from Minnesota Timberwolves, going down 2-0, leading into this game. Let's see what Ant-Man and the crew does tonight at home against Oklahoma City Thunder, which is the best team in the league, the best offense all year and the best defense all year. Led by Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Mr. MVP here, as we see on the screen. So yeah, without further ado, make sure you guys leave a like, make sure you guys leave a comment, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications for me, because you guys know what we do. For me, we're going to inspect, we're going to dissect, and we're going to break it down, because that's what we're doing on this channel. So without further ado, let's get into this video. Let's get it.
Averages 16 points per game less on the road.
Started out with Chet Holmgren, alley-oop to Isaiah Hartenstein, rocking the rim. No time at all wasted. SGA to Isaiah Hartenstein with that floater. Quick 4 points by Isaiah Hartenstein. Julius Randle penetrates on Jalen Williams. Julius Randle having that poor game 2, you know, clearly he feels bad about it, because look, he's off to a quick 4 as well too. Coming back, ooh, wonderful steal by Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards penetrating with a tough layup against Jalen Williams. Here go Jaden McDaniels, puff fakes, using that 6'10" frame to get the basket over Jalen Williams. Chet Holmgren for 3. Connects to 3.
And try to take away that driving angle to stay down.
Anthony Edwards. Oh, wonderful screen by Rudy Gobert. Anthony Edwards on the break. It's showtime. He said, I'm here now, baby. Let's get it. Anthony Edwards pulls up for 3. It said, yo, we in my house now. Oh, as he steals it again. He's taking this one personal, I see. He's taking this game personal. So it's time. It's time to show up now. Julius Randle, 2. Dante DiVincenzo for 3. Anthony Edwards, half spin after Nas Reed, draped all over him. Alex Caruso, it doesn't matter. Casey Wallace penetrates, kicks it out to Alex Caruso for 3.
That's good. Nas Reed,
Nickeil Alexander-Walker, he misses. Rebound by Rudy Gobert. Mismatch.
Just a sensational start.
Screen by Rudy Gobert as he kicked it out to Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Anthony Edwards with that nice assist. Chet Holmgren, spin on Rudy Gobert, slams it on him, using his length like he's been doing all playoffs long. Wonderful. Anthony Edwards with the pull-up 3. Man, they clicking on all cylinders tonight. We see what this type of game this is going to be tonight. As Terrence Shannon Jr. draws the foul for the and 1. Beautiful. Mike Conley with the step back 3. Finally, man, Mike Conley showing up, giving some good production as Shai kicks it out to Aaron Wiggins. Beautiful. Beautiful 3 to cut the lead down to 25. Mike Conley again. There we go. Mike Conley with 2 back-to-back 3s. Getting him started.
I did not have Terrence.
Chet Holmgren to Isaiah Hartenstein. Woo! Look at that beautiful jam by Isaiah Hartenstein to stick with it. Playing aggressive as Shai pulls up, step back 3. Man, he's so damn good, bro. Nas Reed, pump fakes, spots up. Gunner. That's all day for him.
27 points.
Shea with the floater.
He's starting to get a little bit of a rhythm.
Yeah, he has to get his rhythm back if they want to come back in this game. Julius Randle. Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Wow, and one. Beautiful. Ant-Man to Julius Randle. Woo, look at this nice spin move. Oh, my God. I thought he was going to bang out on him. Wonderful laying by Julius Randle. Jalen Williams pulls up for three. Damn. OKC is getting blown out, and they must be shooting the ball really bad because look at his lead, 70-36. Look, as we have it right here, the Timberwolves, most points in any half in franchise playoff history. Jesus. Julius Randle with the fake, pulls up for three. Wow, 31-point game by Minnesota early on as we start the second half. Jesus. Shea to Chet Holmgren, draws the foul, and one. Jalen Williams to Lou Dort. Top of the key three by Lou Dort. Anthony Man. Oh my God, wonderful lay-in by Anthony Man. Ant-Man. Backdoor, Ant-Man. Rebound by Rudy Gobert. Doesn't matter. Back to Ant-Man. Oh, look at this. Bro, clicking on all cylinders tonight. And it's taking this personal tonight. Wonderful jam by Jalen Williams. Silence the crowd.
Shot clock at 5. Edwards to McDaniels.
Jaden McDaniels for three.
And knocks it down.
Yeah, man. Everybody. From Ant-Man to Julius Randle to, look at this. Julius Randle for three. Everybody's clicking on all cylinders from three tonight on Minnesota. They needed to come out and make a statement in their first home game of the series. 56-97.
Wiggins kicks it out.
Aaron Wiggins kicks out the Lou Dort for three.
Highest arc on the three in the league.
Yeah, he does have a high arc. You know, making shots like that. That's tough. Anthony Edwards pulls up for three.
It might be happening.
Been knocking it down all series long. Anthony Edwards out to Dante DiVincenzo. Said, yo, you could get some love too. Jesus. Jalen Williams out to, who is that?
Jones knocks it down.
Oh, that's Dylan Jones for three.
Dylan Jones, the rookie from Weber State.
Alley-oop, Dante DiVincenzo to Rudy Gobert. That was pretty.
We said this in the first episode.
Oh, look at this. 35-footer. Jesus. Julius Randle for a deep three. That's a prayer right there.
Mitchell.
Jalen to AJ Mitchell.
Rattles that one in. All right, so look.
That game 7.
Damn, looking like this game is over. You know, Minnesota up by 42 points. Wow. AJ Mitchell with the draw and the contact and that foul, the hook plus the harm. Terrence Shannon, he does the same thing. The hoop plus the harm. Terrence
Leonard Miller again
to Leonard Miller.
The first two things we can control. The other two,
yeah. So both teams took out their starters. The game is over at this point.
As long as they do, our talent can't get us to where we need to be in this series. And this,
thanks in. Excuse me, Doris.
I was just going to say, as a
Osman Dang for three. Is that Lou Garza? That is Lou Garza.
That sounds like a night
to get them right back in the series.
Okay.
The Timberwolves,
as the Minnesota Timberwolves defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder by 42 to take Game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. The first game that they got in this series, as Ant-Man shows up tonight, defends home court, defeating the best team in the league, led by the MVP, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and the crew. Okay, let's get it. We got some box score to look at. So, OKC leads the series now 2-1. The Minnesota Timberwolves defeat the Oklahoma City Thunder 143 to 101. as the Minnesota Timberwolves shot the ball very well tonight. They shot 57% from the field, shooting it 55 for 96, taking 10 more shots than Oklahoma City and making 20 more shots than Oklahoma City. Really beautiful stuff there. And look at this 3-point margin. Beautiful threes by Minnesota. They came out swinging. They had a different game plan than the first two games. And yeah, they came out and blew out the best team in the league by 42. Minnesota shooting the three for 20 for 40, 50%. That's pretty impressive to shoot 50% from the 3-point line as a team. Many teams don't do it like that. And the Oklahoma City Thunder went to the line 89% from the line, and the Minnesota Timberwolves shooting 76% from the free throw line as well. Minnesota rebounding the ball, marginal 19 plus 19 on the rebounds for Minnesota, 50 to 31, grabbing 11 offensive rebounds and 39 defensive rebounds, causing Oklahoma City Thunder to turn over the ball 15 times and conceding 16 points off of those turnovers. Okay, moving it down. Largest lead of the night was 45 points. And let's get into the box score. Oklahoma City Thunder, starting with Chet Holmgren, they got blown out. They were getting really diminished all game by the Minnesota Timberwolves. This team was clicking on all cylinders. Everybody came out to play on their squad tonight. And as you can see, the Oklahoma City Thunder had an off night. Chet Holmgren finished with 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, 3 for 7 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, and 3 for 3 from the free throw line. We saw him, coming out on the highlights, playing the way that he's been playing all season long and all series long. He's been using his length to get to the basket. He's been grabbing, snagging boards, blocking shots all series, playing defense the best way possible. But in this game, they just got jet lag. It seemed like, they flew to Minnesota and they didn't come out swinging like they usually do. But yeah, we'll see. As the series progresses, the Minnesota Timberwolves have to just take the games one at a time. Both teams really got to take the games one at a time because, you never know in the playoffs, you can win the first 2 games, but you could lose the last 4 games. So, yeah, we'll see how that goes moving forward. Jalen Williams, he finished with 13 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 for 9 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, and 5 for 6 from the free throw line. Jalen Williams has been playing amazing in games 1 and 2, high energy. Usually he thrives off of his home crowd, playing at an extremely high level. And tonight, it just wasn't one of those nights. He didn't play terrible. I just feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder really did not take enough shots tonight. And knowing that they were going to get blown out early since the second quarter, I feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder's coach, he played his bench more than his starters, as you guys could see in the minute column here. I feel like everybody played tonight, and it's really cool to experiment in games like these when you get blown out, especially going up 2-0 in the series, just so you can see who's going to provide energy towards your core. Usually these teams in the playoff play an 8-man rotation, and it's good to experiment to see what players are going to come out and do what they do. Alrighty. Isaiah Hartenstein, we saw him on the highlight briefly. He finished with 6.6 rebounds, 1 block, 3 for 6 from the field, and 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Isaiah Hartenstein, acquired from the Knicks, as we always say in every video at this point. He's a member of the Oklahoma City Thunder, and it was a great acquisition. They needed him to be paired with Chet Holmgren, because Chet Holmgren, in my opinion, he was a little bit too skinny and frail. They needed like another presence in there that's young and who is going to, make that paint a little bit bigger, other than Chet Holmgren. He allows Chet Holmgren to do what he has to do defensively and set the tone, being a 7'1" power forward or center. NBA nowadays is real positionless anyway. But yeah, to have a figure, both of them being 6'11", 7 foot, and Chet being 7'1", this is a strong core. These are the reason why they were the best team in the league, in my opinion, and the way that they played so well with one another in year one. So shout out to both of these young men. It's just best that, they continue to play with one another. And shit, we're going to see what years have to come, They could potentially win it all this year if they defeat the Minnesota Timberwolves. They go out and they're going to potentially play a New York Knicks or Indiana Pacers, which I believe that they can beat, in a 7-game series. Because we're talking about the best offense and the best defense in the league. They've been playing at a high level all year long. Alrighty, let's move over to Mr. MVP himself, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He finished with 14 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 1 block. He shot unnormal tonight, and everybody is bound to have a bad game or, as a collective, as a team, not get it started. And that's what that was. They really did not do, enough as a team tonight. And they allowed the Minnesota Timberwolves to smell the blood in the water in the second quarter, nice and early, to come out and just to do their thing. They really interrogated the Oklahoma City Thunder tonight, offensively and defensively, if you guys can see on the team statistics. All right, Shai. He shot 4 for 13 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. Lou Dort, he finished with 6 points, 1 rebound, 2 for 4 from 3, 2 for 4 from the field, which is ultimately the same thing. Excuse me. Jalen Williams, late seeing Jalen Williams, by the way. He finished with 2 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 0 for 6 from 3. Wow. 0 for 6 from the field, 0 for 6 from 3, and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Dylan Jones played 10 minutes. He gave some pretty good bench production. I have to give him his credit, his flowers. He finished with 10 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 4 for 5 from the field, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. Osman Dang finished with 6 points, 1 rebound, 2 for 2 from 3. A lot of these players are just shooting threes in a game. And these are like the only shot that they take in all game is threes. Jesus. Kendrick Williams, he played 14 minutes. He finished with 8 points, 1 assist, 4 for 6 from the field, 0 for 1 from 3. Alex Caruso played 10 minutes, 3 points, 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. Isaiah Joe, 2 points, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 for 7 from the field, 0 for 5 from 3. Aaron Wiggins, he finished with 5 points, 2 rebounds, 5 points, 2 assists, 2 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3. Cason Wallace, 2 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, scoring 2 free throws. And AJ Mitchell, he finished with 14 points, 1 assist, 1 steal, 6 for 11 from the field, 1 for 4 from 3, and making 1 free throw in this game. Okay, let's move on to the Minnesota Timberwolves. As Julius Randle, he had a huge game after really stinking up the bed in that Game 2 performance. He finished with 24 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 9 for 15 from the field, 2 for 5 from 3, and 4 for 4 from the free throw line. A wonderful game by Julius Randle. Julius Randle always playing aggressive, getting to his spots, getting to his shots. We saw him plenty of times in these highlights, where he was either shooting a deep three or even if he was putting somebody in the post, spinning off of them and getting to the basket. Real aggressive play by Julius Randle to come back out, especially in a home game, to defend home court, and possibly to go down 3-0. They didn't want to do that. So he had to come out aggressive and handle business in the crib. Okay. Jaden McDaniels, he finished with 10 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, and making a pair of free throws. Another assignment that we do not see on the stat sheet is that he's guarding the best player on the other team, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He's the assignment on him. I really didn't get a chance to watch, this game because I was at work. So yeah, I know Jaden McDaniels, he's been taking on that assignment, and the best player on every single team ever since Anthony Edwards put him on the spot. Yeah, man. The other team got Kevin Durant talking about the Phoenix Suns and how they swept them last year in the first round, saying how, his favorite player may be KD, but we got Jaden McDaniels on our squad. Okay. So yeah, shout out to them. Shout out to them for having confidence. Shout out to Jaden McDaniels for always sticking with it and taking on that big assignment to guard SGA, because that's a tough matchup for anybody, on any given night. Okay. Let's move on. Rudy Gobert. He finished with 7 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from the free throw line. Now, again, you know what I'm saying? This is not like a normal lineup or like a normal, stat line, I should say. That's a lineup. A normal stat line for Rudy Gobert. We're really like accustomed to him getting double doubles, but as of lately, I don't know what's going on with him. He's not getting like a lot of touches in the field goal percentage. Oh yeah. He's not getting a lot of touches in the field goal percentage. Oh my God. He's not getting enough touches in the field goal column, but he's making it up on every other column in the statistic in the stat line with the 2 steals, 1 block. It's a beauty, to see. Mike Conley, he finished with 6 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal. He shot 2 for 8 from the field, 2 for 6 from 3. Mike Conley, again, just like Rudy Gobert, Mike Conley, he's a veteran. He doesn't get enough touches because I guess he just does not want to shoot the ball. I feel like this team relies too much on Julius Randle and Anthony Edwards, because Mike Conley, he could shoot that rock if he has more touches. Rudy Gobert, if they start giving him some more alley-oop plays maybe, or some more opportunities just to score the ball, then this team will be well-balanced and they'll be a better fit to, potentially go to the championship game one day, the NBA Finals. Because you guys understand my prediction. I feel like the Oklahoma City Thunder is going to win the whole thing this year, with their young core. Alrighty, so let's move on. Anthony Edwards, another 30-point game, finishing with 30 points, 9 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 12 for 17 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. What a beautiful game by Anthony Edwards, Ant-Man, shooting the ball beautifully, shooting it from the 3 beautifully, and then getting to the downhill like he was complaining. Well, not complaining, but he was basically saying that, the Oklahoma City Thunder is making it tough on him and the squad getting downhill, because they play that zone, that nasty zone like they like to play. Marky D got them playing that zone defense, man, locking it up for them because, they know Anthony Edwards, once he gets downhill, it's hard to stop that brother. He'll just dunk on the whole team if he wanted to. So, yeah, shout out to Anthony Edwards, always sticking it with it and always being aggressive, getting downhill and getting his shot off. This game, it just so happened that he shot the ball really well, shooting 12 for 17 from the field, 5 for 8 from 3. Beauty, because you're not going to get it like this every night, on any given night, I should say. This is like a once in a blue moon type of thing, where you can shoot that well. He only missed 5 shots, and then the 5 shots out of three out of the 5 shots were 3-pointers. The other 2 he just missed in the mid range or layups or dunks or whatever it is. It's a beautiful game by Anthony Edwards. To carry his team to get a win because they needed this win tonight. Alrighty. Let's see. Leonard Miller, he finished with 11 points, 3 rebounds, 5 for 6 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. Had a beautiful game off the bench. Chris Finch, he played the majority of his bench tonight, as you guys can see at the bottom right here. And a lot of them stepped up tonight. They had a lot of points off the bench, and we're about to get into that real quick. Luke Garza finished with 7 points, 3 for 3 from the field, 1 for 1 from 3. Everybody shot beautifully on this team, shooting at 50%, like I said, on both columns tonight. Naz Reid finished with 10 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 block, 4 for 6 from the field, 2 for 3 from 3. Moving on from Naz Reid, even though he violated my parlay. Dante DiVincenzo, he finished with 6 points, 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 for 2 from the 3, 2 for 2 from the field, which is the same thing. We got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, finished with 12 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, 5 for 9 from the field, 2 for 4 from 3, and 0 for 1 from the free throw line. Jalen Clark, he finished with 4 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 for 2 from the field. Terrence Shannon Jr. finished with 15 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 5 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3 from 3, 4 for 4 from the free throw line. And Rob Dillingham, he's the future of this team from the point guard position when Mike Conley decides to throw up his jersey in the rafters or to retire from the NBA in general. Rob Dillingham is going to be next up. Trust me when I say that. You're going to see it soon. But he finished with 1 point, 1 rebound, 4 assists, and 0 for 2 from the field, and 0 for 1 from 3, and 1 for 2 from the free throw line. So shout out to the Minnesota Timberwolves for taking this game. They take game 3 of this series. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys leave a like. Make sure you guys leave a comment on this video, and make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Make sure you guys turn on those post notifications. I love you guys. Peace.